The Artsy Crafter, and today I want to show you these interactive worksheets I have created using Google Slides. 59 in total, perimeter and area, good for grades 3, 4, 5. Take a look at the examples and you will see what you can use with your students. Now I started with perimeter, so easy examples where they look at like a geo board basically, and then do the counting and then add in the length and the width for each of the objects that they see. So it's interactive because the students can type right on these screens. So I've done a number of different examples and then they get more difficult. And then here they would go and insert a shape and then do some calculations. Okay, so I've got a few like that. Here's another example with perimeter and area, and I've just changed the shapes up a bit. Then I moved into the blocks, and again they look at the figure, they can write how long each side is, and then over here I've left a text box where they can calculate the perimeter. All different styles, all different colors and shapes, and then of course some of the irregular shapes, and they have to do a little greater thinking. So you decide what level your students are good at. Okay, so you can see all kinds of different shapes. And then I did the practical examples. So in this one, Ruby is putting ribbon around a frame and she's making for her dad. How much ribbon does she need? You'll notice this example is in inches and then the next one is in centimeters. So, just send to your students the one that you are comfortable using in your classroom. Here we're putting edging around a rug. Here's a teacher at her bulletin board and trim around a window. So all the really practical examples. Here's a new pool and we want to put a border around the pool. Of course, we've got the farm animals in the pen because we want to fence them in. A basketball court where they need to trim the floor. Okay, so all kinds of great examples. And again, adding in their own designs to create desired results. So and then I'm going to show you area. So I did it exactly the same way. So I started with the geoboard and they want to figure out the length and the width by adding the shapes. So they would take the shape and drag them into place and then they could count how many are in each of the shapes. So to get the idea that we're filling a space. Okay, so exact same thing as perimeter, all different examples. And again, they can show their work for each of them. Okay, irregular shapes, there's a pool. There they're going to insert some of their own work. What's the area and length? So again, using the blocks again. All different shapes of blocks and all irregular shapes that I tried to use as well. And then just like perimeter, I moved to the practical examples. So here we have a broken piece of glass and we have to go get some new glass. How much glass should we buy for that particular window? And again, you'll see this one's in inches and this one is in centimeters. So we want a decal for the back of our cell phone. We are going to do some painting inside our house. We're going to go camping and we want to make sure the site is large enough, so we're going to calculate the area of the site. And then all kinds of practical examples where the students are going to insert, calculate, design some of their own shapes. Okay, and then the very last question, I want them to decide which column each of the answers goes into. So if you're going to do a new roof, for instance, the students are going to decide, is that perimeter or is that area? And they drag their answers in place. So much fun, a lot of learning here. Remember, 59 interactive slides. That should keep your students busy and occupied for a long time. I hope you love it. Thanks for stopping by to take a look.